Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello viewers, meet me again Muhammad Hasbi Ash-Shiddiq. Good evening, how are you today? I hope everything is okay with you all. Today, I want to share with you an interesting topic. It's about global community engagement. But before I convey the review, first of all, I'd like to explain global community engagement at glance. Here we go. Global community engagement. In order for us to function effectively in today's rapidly changing global environment, it is essential to cultivate a range of competencies that are amenable to different intercultural contexts. These competencies would enable us to participate and engage meaningfully with members of the wider global community. This ability is known as global community engagement. Okay viewers, that was a glimpse of global community engagement. Now, the most important question to be answered is, what efforts can we do to get engaged with global community? Some experts say that there are several efforts. Here they are. First, strive for intercultural competence. An individual must therefore seek to develop an in-depth knowledge and awareness of his or her own culture in order to be effective in an intercultural relationship. However, it seems evident that it is also important to first learn about one's own behaviors, cultural quirks, values, and beliefs to engage successfully in any intercultural communication event. Another important component of intercultural competence is the ability to resolve conflict effectively. Equally important is the need to cultivate a positive attitude towards cultural diversity. Second, know yourself. It is essential to know yourself before engaging in an intercultural encounter. This knowledge ensures that the encounter is meaningful and beneficial to the parties involved. Diversity issues influence our value and belief systems and contribute to the complexities that we encounter in the public sphere. At this level, we can exercise a fair degree of choice about who we want to be and how we want to be perceived by others with whom we engage in the wider global community. Third, be willing to change. Exercising the will to change means more than just being willing to change. More importantly, it means that you came to engage in the global community sphere not only with a desire to change, but that you are aware of your responsibility to make a change if and when the opportunity presents itself. Your commitment to engagement in a global community context becomes visible through your action of changing your behavior. Fourth, contemplate forgiveness and reconciliation. Another important consideration in building a global community is that people must also be willing to forgive. Throughout history, when cultural communities have been torn and devastated by war and conflict, there are few communities that contemplate forgiveness and reconciliation. The primary goal was to find a suitable alternative for building their communities on respect and dignity in a way that best suited their histories, as well as their present and future realities. Fifth, re-examine discrimination and prejudice. Another important consideration in engaging in a global community context is to re-examine one's experiences of discrimination and prejudice. We can determine how discrimination and prejudice affected both your own opportunities and those of others with whom you have interacted by reflecting on several questions. The question might be good to examine your attitude and behavior on discrimination and prejudice. For example, 1. What prejudice and biases guide my interaction with others? 2. In what instances have I experienced discrimination and by whom? 3. How did I feel to be the victim of discrimination? 4. Have I discriminated against someone else and in what way? 5. Have I been the subject of stereotypical behavior and how did the stereotype obstruct my access to equal opportunities? 6. Engage in diversity development. However, diversity should be regarded as a variation of sorts, an array of possible options, and a host of opportunities to engage in a fair and open public sphere. Notwithstanding, it is important to note that both similarities and differences in diversity should be celebrated in a positive spirit as a contribution to building the global community. Diversity development is also about acceptance of diversity as an important contribution to the life of any organization. To this end, it is an enriching experience that allows individuals and groups to grow and flourish together in respect and dignity. 7. Defining diversity boundaries. Defining and redefining our diversity boundaries suggests that the individual not only has a right to establish the diversity boundary, but it also indicates that he or she has the power to shift the boundary lines for personal and professional comfort and our growth. The redefinition of boundaries will involve putting into practice to the aforementioned desirable norms of engagement after critical self-analysis on an ongoing basis. Further, this redefinition of boundaries will ensure the expansion of the diversity circle to meet current and future needs. Okay viewers, maybe that's all that I convey for today. Hopefully this material can be useful for us all. And remember, this is just a brief review. If you want to know more about global community engagement, you can look for Intercultural Communication book. I highly recommend this book. Thank you very much for watching. See you later. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.